How's it going, guys? In today's video, we're going to be building my first Gundam, and that is the RX-782. And this here is the first Gundam of all Gundams, since this is the granddaddy of all Gundams. So that's why I'm choosing this one as the first Gunpla I'm going to be building. And today we're going to be doing some modifications, which is adding LEDs, painting, and also a diorama base. So let's take a look inside the kit and get started. So I just put all the runners out, and I didn't expect this, guys. There's over 10 runners here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's over 10 runners here. This is gonna take a while for me to do because gotta cut all the pieces out and then gotta take it out to paint. Oh man, I'm used to doing like the X-Wings or TIE Fighters that are a lot smaller scale. But wow, this is gonna take me a while since there's so many pieces here. But I'm gonna cut it out, so I'm not gonna save you guys all the brutal of having to cut each piece one at a time. Give you guys a quick montage, and then we should be able to start painting and get ready to go. Before I do the montage, I noticed something onto the runners here. I didn't notice that there are different colors here. There's like so many little nuances, like different variations or shades of colors based on like the red or the blue. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick. So you can see here is the red, but they also have this kind of pinkish red, and this is kind of like a darker red. And then we have the blue, and we have a kind of teal blue, and then there's white here, right? It's bright white, and then you go here is like a grayish white. So they're all different. And then you have gray, and then also these pieces here are like different kind of pieces here. It's crazy how they designed this is so intricate and like different, makes it more realistic, and there's different color shading. So this is gonna take a long time because we're gonna paint all these colors. For this kit, I'm gonna do a stock color for the RX-782. Just make it look like the one that you can see in Tokyo, Japan, and then we should be able to get started, man. So I'm gonna get cutting and then show you guys a quick montage, and then we should be good to go. For those of you who have built model kits, you know what the most frustrating thing is that when you cut a piece and it falls down to the floor and you have to search for it, dude, that's such a pain in the butt. So I'm looking for it right now. I finally found it. It's right there. That piece right there. It kind of blended in. I was like, man, gosh, I was looking for that piece. It's like, I really hate it when you lose a piece and you cut it and then maybe it flies away and you're like just looking for it. And especially if it's a tiny piece, my gosh. So I'm gonna finish up and then gonna put everything into a Ziploc bag and then show you guys. I'm gonna start painting and then get all the pieces painted, and then we can start modifying the Gundam so that we can put in the LEDs. And lastly, we should be able to test out whether or not, you know, where we can put the LEDs to make it look realistic. I'm thinking of maybe doing the head, thrusters, maybe on the beam rifle too, or the beam saber. So let's see how far I get, and then we can test out some of the LEDs. So I just finished cutting all the pieces you can see here. Here's the bags. So I bagged them up. So we got the whites, blues, reds, got the blacks here. We got a different shade of white. Got the yellow ones here. And also we got another black. And then here's all the spruce. So I keep these for now because there's some pieces I didn't cut out because there's like the clear pieces, other pieces that I don't want to take out yet. So we're gonna leave that, but they're just cut out. But before we start painting everything, I want to do a quick mock-up of the RX-782 so that I can find a way to modify it so that I can add an LED so that we don't have to do it later, and then we can paint it so we don't have to worry about screwing into or drilling the holes into the kit, and then we can do that later. But I want to show you guys what it looks like stock and then get an idea what we can see from before and after. So let's get building the stock RX-782. So I have this piece here. I didn't know you're supposed to take this piece out. Well, it showed an instruction, but then it's so hard. It's basically these two holes right here, these tiny holes right here, and they're stuck in with this thing. It took a while. I had to break the piece off. I don't know if you can see. I broke this piece off right here. Right here. That's took forever, man. I didn't think this was gonna be this hard for a real grade, but wow, this is actually pretty hard. So I'm gonna try to finish this and then give you guys an overview of this because it's gonna take a while, but my gosh, this is so many pieces in one kit and I'm really like struggling already. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to do this and maybe have to pick up a few nights just to do this because it takes so much time. All right, so finally took maybe like 20 minutes just to get this done. So these are the feet of the RX-782. So these are the feet. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but it'll probably take all night to finish this thing. So I'll try to grind it through and then show you guys the completed build right here. It's day 2 of the build. It did take a while to complete the build because today is actually pretty hot. So it took me around like a few hours to finally put everything together to show you guys what it looks like of the RX-782 when it's stock built. But I did make a little bit of a mess because I got so lazy organizing stuff. So eventually completed everything. But so as you can see, I already made a big mess here and everything needs to be cleaned up. But there's so many little nut marks and look how dirty it is. It's like I gotta sweep it away and then clean everything up. But I want to show you guys the final build. So I got the feet, the legs, we got the torso, got the body right here, and lastly got the heads. Oh, I don't want to forget the arms and shoulders, but here they are. And I'll let you guys know that this does come with a core fighter. I don't know if you guys know what it is, but it's basically a little spaceship or a fighter jet, and it also can transform. So let me show you guys real quick. So this cockpit goes in, folds down here, also the wing folds like this, and the tail is right here, and then you can fold down. But I'm not gonna stick it in because it's gonna be really hard to take out for the paint. So that's what it looks like if it's folded together, and then you can technically put it into the RX-782, but for this build, I'm not gonna put it in because it looks cooler outside and have an actual diorama piece for this. So we're gonna put everything together real quick and then show you guys the stock RX-782. All right, so with everything built, as you can see, this RX-782. This one looks like the one that we see in Ready Player One, if you have seen the movie, where the samurai transform into the RX-782. So this is the one here. Looks pretty good. Everything pretty much is solid. This is really small. Look how small it is. It's like as big as my hand. So and we're gonna be modifying it for LEDs. It's gonna take a while because we're gonna have to do the head and also the jet backpack. So the thrusters here, we're gonna put 2 legs there and also for the head. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. I'll give you guys a quick montage of the stock RX-782 and some of the weapons that it comes with. I want to let you guys know I finally was able to pose this. This took so long because everything wanted to keep breaking and falling apart. I know why people said this is like a hand grenade because each time you touch it, something will fall off. My gosh, it took like over 30 minutes just to get the shot here. But my gosh, this thing, such a bad kit. I noticed that there is a new version of it. This is the RX-782 2.0. Hopefully they fix everything on that because this is terrible. It's like every time you touch it, it's like a grenade. It will just fall apart. I don't know how people dealt with this, but this is like a 10-year-old kit. It's not new, so maybe that's why, but can't believe they're still producing it with this terrible kind of way. But overall it gives you the realistic, but this is something you can't really play with. You're most likely gonna have to display it, but good thing we're gonna do this as a diorama build because my gosh, I really hate how everything just keeps falling apart. So now that we finished posing and everything, let's go ahead and take it apart and paint everything so that this hand grenade looks better, and also we can finish the build. All right, here's an update on the kit. So today, unfortunately, it was super hot and I was painting the kit. I didn't notice that the paint and weather does affect each other. I forgot that, you know, if anything is higher than 80 degrees, the paint won't dry evenly and will bubble up. And that is what happened to this kit. Let me show you one piece here. This kit basically is messed up. I don't know if you can tell. Get another piece. All right, so this piece here, I don't know if you guys can tell, has a little bit of bubbles in it, and these small imperfections, I guess for some of you guys, you might not see it on screen, but for me, it really messed up the kit and now it doesn't look perfect enough for me to do the diorama on. But I might reuse it on this kit. I might reuse this kit on a different base since it's messed up, make it more of like a battle scene. But man, I didn't expect it to mess up so bad that the paint would start bubbling up because of the temperature, but it's a mistake that you learn, you know, overall. So I went ahead and bought another one of the ARC-782 and we're gonna redo it. So once I get that done and paint it correctly with the right temperature, I'm gonna show you guys the end results with the ARC-782 painted. All right guys, it's day 4. So I finally finished cutting out the pieces from the new kit actually, because the first kit got messed up with the spray cans that I used from the hardware store, which is very detrimental because wasting a kit is pretty sad. But other than that, I went ahead and cut all the pieces from the new kit. So you can see here, these are all the white pieces. So I put onto alligator clips. So we're gonna use the airbrush this time. We're gonna prime, paint, and then everything like that. So we're gonna do the white ones first, then we're gonna do the color ones, and then lastly put the kit together. And then the next step after that is to put in the electronics. So let's start getting painting and get this kit done. So it's day 5 guys, so I finished painting all the parts. So you can see on the alligator clips, they're all done. I went ahead and built the bazooka here. You can see, you can tell the difference from the plasticky parts. Now they look like real weapons. So this is the bazooka. And also the laser gun, or the beam gun. So these are finished. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting these together so you guys can see what it looks like with all the painted parts onto the ARC-782. Then we're gonna start working on the electronics, such as the eyes and also the thrusters. And then after that, we should be able to put everything onto a diorama, but so glad everything's painted. Today was pretty hot, so all the shade is down. But good thing I used the airbrush rather than spray cans, because if it's right now I use spray cans, it will bubble up. But good thing using an airbrush makes the process a lot easier. I want to give you guys an update. So I kind of broke this piece here. Since these real grates are so small, these pieces break easily. So you can see I broke it. So we're gonna use some Tamiya glue, so that should help fix it. And here's what it looks like. Give you guys a sense. So here's a piece. Here's the piece that I broke. So I'm adding the LEDs now, but that's how I broke this piece. So when I finish everything up, a little glue should help fix the issue, but I can't believe I broke it. This real grate's really small, so you gotta be careful when taking pieces apart. They do get stuck together if you paint it, because there is more friction. So be careful with that. But other than that, let's see how it goes, because hopefully it doesn't show too much on the final build. Alright guys, I finally want to give you guys an update. So I finished putting all the electronics onto the ARC-782, so everything's wired up. So we have the LEDs, so I want to show you guys real quick what the LEDs look like. But before I do that, I already went ahead and mocked up the diorama base. So you can see here I painted it white and also added in some masking tape so we can add in the gray color on this. So we were able to put the ARC-782 and also the little core fighter into this diorama base. And then we're gonna wire everything up into the base and also put in the decals. So I already went ahead and did the decals because I got ahead of myself. So here is the ARC-782 with the decals. So this is what it looks like. We're gonna plan on putting it, so we're gonna put it onto the base like this to look like it's launching off like a ship or something, the spaceships, ships like that. So basically what I'm planning to do is kind of like a sortie, so everything be launching out from the bay. Yeah, this thing doesn't want to stand up, but let me fix this up and show you guys what I plan to do with the diorama. So here is the look of the ARC-782. I'm not sure if you guys can see, it's pretty dark in a sense. So we have the ARC-782 and also the core fighter here. So this is what the diorama is going to look like. We're going to put these together, and then we're going to have the ARC-782. It'll light up. So I'm going to show you guys how it looks like with the ARC-782 with the lights on. So I have the ARC-782 lit up. So you can see it has, the eyes are glowing. And then if I go into the back, you can see the thrusters are also on. And then I also have this little core fighter. It's going to be plugged in too. But currently, not right now, since I need to route it down into the hole. But we're gonna paint this first and everything. So this is what it's gonna be. The ARC-782 sorting out from the base. And then the connection might be a little janky on this one sometimes. There we go. Gotta fix that, but other than that, looks pretty awesome for what it is. the RX-782's eyes lit up. It's different from my usual builds where I'll have like filaments and make it look super flashy with all the LEDs. But for this one's more of a subtle build where you're going to have like the eyes and also the thrusters of the RX-782 and also the core fighter. I'm also adding LEDs to that too. And this is more of like a diorama base where you can tell your story or your art piece of what you plan to do. So this kind of gives you a sense of creating your own story of what the RX-782 or your piece of model kits are doing. And I think it's pretty cool that you can kind of tell your story there and give you cool ideas of ways you can improve upon or upgrade your kit so it makes it look super real and like creates more of a story to it. So that's why I think this is a cool build, and if you guys are interested, this might be something that you can do too, because it's super simple and something you can do on the side just to have fun and also create your own art piece or your own diorama story piece that you can tell others about. Since I've already gone over the idea of this diorama, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the base so you guys get to see the completed build. So I'm gonna get this done and then we should be able to check out the final build. Alright guys, so finally finished building the RX-782. As you can see in the background, it is finally completed with the diorama. So it looks super awesome. Right now it has the lights are off, but later on I'm going to show you guys the final results with kind of cinematic look of the RX-782 diorama. But in a sense, here is the diorama so you guys get a better idea. So this is mostly for my story. It's going to be the RX-782 and also a core fighter is coming out from sortie, so they're ready to go to battle into. So this is basically kind of like a road slash, could be like a battleship. So you can see the lines and stuff like that. So make it look like it's coming out from a aircraft carrier or a battleship. So this is the look of it. Everything looks super awesome. We got the gun, we got the shield, we got the core fighter here. Overall, this build was super easy. It wasn't too bad, other than the fact that we have things like this part is broken here. But overall, this is a small kit, so you gotta be very careful with it. It's super simple. Got the wires wired in. All I have to do is flick a switch and the lights are turned on. So we have the RX-782 eyes, and you can see like the head canyons are also lit up, but you have to like find a way to turn it dark, but it's whatever. And I also lit up the core fighter, so had some light. And then lastly, I have the thrusters on the back of the RX-782. So all I have is just a wire that comes in to the backpack and powers everything up, and also another wire that goes down to this into a battery, and everything turns on. So with that guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's content. Hope you guys enjoyed the RX-782 build. Give you guys little tips and tricks on how to install some lights and also make a diorama out of the kits that you may have. And if you have any backlogs, then this might be a cool way to kind of build it so you have inspiration and motivation to build it. So with that guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. So here comes the cinematics.